Tell us about asset allocation now. Are you also looking at gold, silver, even crypto at 1,12,000 now at all-time high levels? Where does that feature, ma'am?
So we always have some allocation to gold and sometimes to silver also, except that it cannot be a very big chunk of your
Yeah.
assets. You can't have 25% in gold. And on the other hand, let me just tell you this, that your grandmothers were not wrong in buying gold,
Yeah.
because that time that was the only currency hedge. So if you analyze gold's price in dollars, again, data, the 1980 price of gold was not breached for 27 long years. The next time it reached that level was in 2007. And 19 years after, which is 1999, it was actually down 60%. So gold, if you look at the data in dollar terms, has been more volatile than equities. After that, also next week, again 40% fall. So that's the nature of gold. The chart in rupees looks good because it's essentially a rupee depreciation chart. So that's why your grandmothers were right in buying gold, because at that time you could not invest overseas. You could not invest in overseas markets. So gold was your only currency hedge. Well into the 90s, when you were traveling overseas, you could take only $500, that too once in 3 years. And if you were traveling more often than that, you had to take only $20 and take the flight. So that was where you were. But now the liberalized remittance scheme is fairly generous, $250,000 per person per year. So in a year, a family of four can send out $1 million. That's over 8 crore rupees. So I mean, basically, I mean, that now for most people, it is you can send as much as you want. So that's why you have to now look at global diversification beyond gold. But yes, gold should be part of your asset allocation. Crypto at times can be a part of your asset allocation, but we've had it not directly holding crypto, but crypto related assets, and but only up to 2-3% of the portfolio is the maximum I think we have ever gone, because it's a highly volatile asset, highly volatile. So even in the past, I had written this is in 2021 when there was a boom, that if you look at the history of crypto, there have been multiple times when there have been 70 to 85% drawdowns from the top. So you have to be prepared for that when you're investing in something that volatile, which means it should not be, again, don't lurch from one end of the risk spectrum to another. I am repeating that. I've seen people go from fixed deposits who've not even invested in equities say now that I'll become a derivatives trader or a crypto trader. So don't play fast and loose with your hard-earned money.